you can only watch it for the first time once. It'll be interesting to see what we catch and what we don't.
This is our only first time.
We know that it's a serialized show.
Did you ever play the video game Mass Effect?
Okay, Tolkien, chill
Putting
out.
some little breadcrumbs.
Jean Parade a Chuckle Nugget.
Question.
This is where Babylon 5 is becoming Babylon 5.
We have the most incredible community out there.
Feels like we're going to continue to go down this rabbit hole.
I was right.
Just trying to put the pieces together.
I was right.
I'm the king, baby.
What? Are you kidding me? Here I go back to Dune, as I often
We're
do.
officially into it, Jeff. 100% so good. It was so completely accurate.
That was great. I love it.
Definitive ranking. I can keep watching the show.
I love it so much.
The year is 2025. The name of the podcast, Babylon 5, for the second time.
Welcome to Babylon 5 for the second time. My name is Brent Allen.
And my name is Jeff Akin. Brent and I used to be Star Trek podcasters, and then we watched Babylon 5 for the first time, and everything changed. So now we're watching this incredible series for the second time, catching all those cool things there's no way we could have caught the first time around.
And we're still looking for messages. We know there's things that we missed the first time around and things that we've forgotten about since then. And so we're looking for those. Jeff, I think we're maybe even be a little more adept at digging out messages now than we were back then. We're looking for those things that hold up a mirror to society, things that give us hope that things can be better in the future, or maybe even things that tell us we can just be better people to each other. Now, that being said, as Jeff said, we have completed our first watch. We have gone through Babylon 5 for the first time in its entirety, all the way through to the end of Crusade, through the movies. We're even starting to read some of the novels and all that sort of stuff. So this is a spoiler warning for anyone who has not gotten as far as Jeff and I. They're not as into the show as we have been. This is your spoiler warning. From this point forward, Jeff and I can talk about anything from any point in the franchise, in-source, extra source, convention, whatever has to do with the show is fair game for Jeff and I to talk about. So if you have not watched Babylon 5 for the first time yourself, stop this podcast, stop this YouTube video, stop this, whatever it is you're listening to. Go back and catch our first watch. Join us for that. And when you get done with that one, catch us up here. Trust us, it's better that way.
It really is. And this week, Brent, we're watching this second episode of the third season. It's called Convictions. Now, it's interesting because when I first think of this episode, you would think the second thing I'm going to bring up comes to mind. But the first thing that comes to mind, and I'm immediately like, this is the whole episode, is I just remember the whole like bomb thing and Sheridan smuggling his link in to talk to the bomber guy. But this is the episode, Brent, where we, I think, probably coined our first hit song. I remember. So I'm pretty excited to revisit that. But I remember really, really liking this episode. It set us, like, this was one of those ones where it really defined the new, like, we're in a new direction. Things are different now. Do you remember what you thought of this one?
If I remember correctly, and here's the thing, Jeff, you ask me this every single week. Do I remember what I thought? And the answer generally is no. But here's what I think about that episode right now in my memory.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Time may be lying to from what I had originally thought. But here's what I remember out of this. This is the episode with the bomb plot. This is one of those shows that everybody has done. It's stale. It's old. It's not interesting to me. And this episode is just sort of meh. Now, you say elevator. And that well, I don't know if you said elevator, but you said one of our hit songs. And I happen to know
that's it.
It's Londo and Jakar in an elevator, living it up when we're going down. That whole thing. I happen to know that that's what it is. And I'm very excited to get to that point.
Cool. Well, do you want to hear what you actually thought of it? Because
I would love to.
Went back and
were we just in disagreement on this one?
Not really, actually.
Okay.
So your thought of this one was, this feels like a one-off filler.
Yeah.
You predicted that we're going to get a total of 6 episodes for Brother Theo and the monks, and you called it, this is Brother Theo.
Did we get Brother Theo in this one? How many did we actually get?
3.
Was it 6?
No, it was like 2 or 3.
No, it was more than that.
It's not a lot.
Come on, Council Chambers. You guys are out there. Drop it in the comments below. Hey, by the way, if you want to join us live for recordings, you can join our Council Chambers at our Patreon page, patreon.com/Bad
Nerds.
And you guys can check that out for how to do it. Our council chambers is here. How many episodes? That's the question. How many episodes was Brother Theo in? It does not count when he was here as Draw.
And then you went on to call this episode Season 3's TKO.
Oh.
But Season 3's TKO in that wasn't a great episode, but what they did in the episode was great. Overall, you asked if it was actually about anything at all, and that the episode ultimately honked you off.
I'm a funny guy.
Yeah. And I feel like that'll make more sense when we watch the episode.
Okay.
I thought that this was a better episode than it deserved to be, which is kind of along the same lines as what you were saying, like it did cool stuff in it. I was really just disappointed in the bomb plot overall. And we talked about it quite a bit in the episode, but in a post 9/11 world, it just hit a lot differently than they probably intended it to hit.
Than when they made it in a pre 9/11 world.
Exactly. It was a very different world. Along with your piece of it not actually being about anything, I said there were no real stakes at all in this whole episode. It kind of meant nothing. But the elevator, I called it an acting master class.
Okay.
The two of them.
All right.
You said this episode had a top 5 cold open. And the quote that you brought up a couple times in there was... it's in the cold open. Please explain to me the official Babylon 5 missionary position.
I did not.
You did.
Folks, this is a family-friendly show. There's no way. Okay.
We loved John Flynn. John Flynn was the drunk guy in the terminal. What we loved about him, he's the chief cinematographer for Babylon 5, but was also the cinematographer for the Gilmore Girls.
Yes. That's a future... Although that might have to be on the Good Nerds.
Right? Yeah, because we're in on that one.
I'm not sure what we got on that one, but my mom actually just went through that show for the first time, and I was like, I was all for it. I was what you guys were when Jeff and I were going through it for the first time, only with her. Only I got to watch her do it live, not in YouTube land.
That's exciting. We talked about it already. Londo and Jakar in an elevator. But your line was, Londo in an elevator, living it up while Jakar is down.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember that now.
When I did the recap for the episode, I did the Pulp Fiction watch monologue about Sheridan's Link. That's pretty fun.
Okay. Yep.
This one, the timing...
I feel like, Jeff, I feel like we could do something with our show recaps.
I think so.
From 110. I feel like there could be something fairly entertaining with those.
Some of those were pretty good.
Right? Just to pat ourselves on the back a little bit more here.
Right? Yeah, why not? Why not? The timing of this one's interesting. There's a security character in this one named Marishi. Ooh,
I was looking for this guy a couple weeks ago. Go ahead.
Yeah. We loved him. We loved him. We wanted to see more of him. This was the first time, actually, we questioned where Lou had gone.
Oh, yeah.
But the actor who plays Marishi just recently passed away.
He did, yeah.
He did. So rest in peace and power both. That guy was in everything.
Mm-hmm.
They talk a little about the molecular traceability of explosives, and we were convinced that was going to be an ongoing plot point in the series.
Mm-hmm.
Not shockingly, and I won't go into a lot of detail on it, but we went in some pretty deep dive conversations around ecumenicism and theology, and just some really great, some really good religious discussion between the two of us in this one. Well, I guess the big one, I'll save this one for later, but the big one that also talks about something else we need to do is you made a bunch of Three Amigos references.
We still haven't done that.
I know, I still have it sitting here ready to go. So that's what I got from most of what I got from our first listen. If it comes up during the episode, I'll bring up a few other things. You, Brent, went across the web and into books and all kinds of stuff to pull out what Joe Straczynski himself said about this episode.
Yeah.
What do you got?
So we both kind of liked this episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is that what I'm kind of gathering
we were,
from you here?
On it, kind of it's all right. It's all right.
Fair. And that's what it's like. Everyone's done it, so that's where my memory is of this episode right now. JMS though, God love his heart. Which for those of you not from the South, that is Listen, everybody knows the bless his little heart or bless your little heart, bless your heart, whatever, all of those. God love his heart is it's a different level altogether, y'all. It is, I'm telling you. You don't hear that one very often, but that one, Joe says. What's great is that the second season, we haven't had one single episode on the level of War Prayer or Infection or Grail, those weak episodes of season 1.
Okay.
Notice which episode he didn't mention?
TKO.
Right.
Yeah, not a weak
You know what
episode.
else he didn't mention? Soul Hunter.
Yeah. Some people like that one.
Yeah, we liked it a lot more in the second watch.
We liked it more, but a lot more than not at all is still not necessarily a lot.
He said, speaking of season 2, the worst we've done is pretty darn good. Well, you know what?
Pretty darn okay.
I was going to say, Bad Babylon 5 is still good Babylon. It's still good TV.
Yeah.
It's like pizza, right?
Right.
What we're working on now for year 3 is that they're all better that they're at the baseline. And so far, they're killer. Our second episode for year 3, Convictions, has a very different feel from anything we've done on the show to date. It's very dark and scary and gritty feeling, and probably one of the best character sequences in the series to date. I'm assuming that's the elevator scene.
Probably.
We're also doing some major effects, blowouts, and other types. And hey, they go into space and shoot stuff, and it's very interesting and creative. He was all about this particular episode.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, he was all about it. He also speaks of another scene with Londo and Lanier, and he says it contains a small nod to the online fans of the show. You'll remember when this show was first airing, the internet was very much in its infancy, and Joe was there all the time, right? And so it's a little show to them. He said, we can't and won't use any story ideas, but there has been a lot of humor, reams and reams of humor from the interwebs back then.
Okay.
Every imaginable kind of joke. So I dropped one of those jokes into the episode.
Really?
Yeah. And it's one that's come up at a lot of conventions and, is on the nets endlessly, just to kind of acknowledge it's his nod to the fans by throwing that in there. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, that's my whole thing. What joke is it?
I don't know what it is. Council Chambers, if you guys know what it is, let us know. He does have some other stuff to say about this episode, but it's all stuff I want to save for the episode itself.
Okay.
So
we have to guess what the joke is. I hope it's the missionary position one. No.
Please.
Thank you. Council Chambers came through. Nia, it's another light bulb joke, this time with the Centauri. I remember this one now.
So anyway, Jeff, with that, I think we need to go watch an episode.
Let's do it. We're going to watch Convictions. We're going to watch it right here, right now. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome. Hello. Every episode is somebody's first, and we're really glad that you're here with us. But what's going to happen from this point forward, we're going to watch the episode. If you're watching this with us on YouTube, you're going to see an edited version kind of cut up like the reaction video stuff that you see out there. You'll get all of our conversation that comes with that. And if you want to see the full thing, though, that just involves us kind of watching it a little bit and maybe some of the other one-offs that we have during the episode itself, you can get that at our Patreon, patreon.com/badnerds.
And if you're listening to us on the audio podcasting apps or maybe on Audible, Spotify, any of those sorts of things, we're not going to leave you out. We're going to have that conversation that we have during the course of the show. Of course, we'll have the conversation after that as well. So you guys stay with us. We are not forgetting about you out there in audio land. So Jeff, let's watch an episode.
Let's do it. I can't wait.
Accessing file.
Zach, do me a favor and explain the missionary position to these folks.
Yeah, sure thing, Chief.
Kanicki's all about that.
So here's how this... I don't want to share my blessing, okay?
Yeah.
You see that plant over there? Garden. When your people saw this Drabawa.
Droshala.
Right. Anyway.
This is like both so offensive and so fun all at the same time.
Right.
Why don't you go poke the plant for a while I take care of your entry visas, okay? Yeah?
Man, look how easy immigration is here on Babylon 5. I'll give you a visa right now. You just showed up, but I'll give you a visa right now. No problem.
We don't know what it means, but 3 anonymous messages.
Yeah, we're going to talk about one of these where there is an explosion kind of coming down a hallway. We're going to talk about this. They just showed a shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Have we seen that in the show before?
Yes. Yes.
We don't. It doesn't wait till we get to Zahadum before we see that.
I'm surprised you remember Zahadum. Look at that.
Well, buddy, we've heard we had a whole thing about Zahadum like 3 episodes ago.
Yeah,
very the first time we ever heard about it, but
super recent. Yeah,
I got it. Listen, this mine, Jeff. It's a steel trap. As soon as something comes in, nothing leaves.
Ever.
I immediately put all the pieces together, man. I don't Doc Brown this thing. I don't at the very last second. No.
It's just there waiting the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the first time we saw the shadows was Signs and Portents. That was how season 2 ended, was with the news clip.
No, but that shot, like, right in there of their face.
Oh, yeah. We saw that when the Shadow of Zahadum.
Okay.
That was when they were explaining, like, hey, here's what happened.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. JMS had to point out these are not the monks that Sheridan encountered with Kosh.
Okay.
We're going to be staying here for a while.
That sounded so ominous. Staying here for a while.
So JMS confirmed here that Lewis was sick when they wanted him back for Twilight, but he was sick. He couldn't do it, so they went with dude. Whose name's blanking on me right now. John Schuck.
There you go. Nice job. Steel trap.
I told you, man. Steel trap.
Yep.
But he said we basically tried to get him back as soon as we could. And here we go. They jumped at their first opportunity to get him back. Here's a fun fact. Brother Theo is named for Vincent van Gogh's brother.
Wow.
Whose name is Theo.
Okay.
Here's the story. I learned something here, and I'm assuming just because I trust Joe Straczynski that this is 100% true and accurate. It was a mild spring day, warm, clear, and sunny, when Vincent van Gogh picked up his easel, some paints, and walked 1.5 miles to an open field where he often painted landscapes. He set up his easel, sat under a tree for a while, ate part of an apple, composed a brief note to his brother Theo, and then pulled out a Derringer and shot himself in the chest. After an hour, he realized he wasn't going to die for quite a while yet. He picked himself up, staggered 1.5 miles back to his brother Theo's house, where a few hours later that evening he passed away in his brother's arms. I've always liked the name Theo, Joe says, from Vincent's brother, so there's the sound of it. Also, the sense of it in that Theo, for Vincent van Gogh, was a guide. He was a counselor. He was a confidant.
All right.
He was a mentor. So he thought that this Theo, being who he is and how they're going to write him and what he's going to do, has that kind of feel. So
that's cool.
And also Theodore, from the word theos and adore. Loved by God, favored by God is what it translates to. Which he says was very apropos.
I like that. And Paul in our council chambers chat, along those same lines, assumed Theo because he's religious. Theology.
Well,
right?
that's the apropos, because Theo means the word of God, the study of God. Theodore, loved by God. That's the Theo, the theos. So not wrong, Paul.
Yeah,
just great. Theo was there for that particular reason. Yeah.
Cool.
4 dead so far. Doc thinks there may still be some live ones buried in the rubble, so
I'm going to back this up. I just have to show some appreciation. I'm going to give some flowers here, Jeff.
Yeah.
To the director of photography.
Okay.
Watch how this shot is established right here. All right. People are parting. Sheridan pops in. Camera has not cut away.
Right.
Pans over. Here's this little thing right here. We're going to pan into this thing. It lifts away, and we're right here. That's a cool shot.
Good catch.
That is a cool shot, man.
Just walking past the hall when all hell broke loose.
We have applied to Earth Dome for permanent resident status on Babylon.
He sounds a little drunk.
The documents and permissions from Archbishop Francis.
Catholic.
All right there.
You want to live here.
That's a little bit of the sacrament there.
Is that so extraordinary? You live here, after all?
You live here, after
But
all.
everyone who lives here works here. The dockers, the shop owners.
What's cool, it's a very
the
different
specialists,
voice that he
sort
used
of
from
thing. The rest are
Joel.
just
Mm-hmm.
Short-term
You know.
visitors, businessmen.
Yes, yes.
cool.
We've studied that.
Dude, Ivanova's hair is very...
Yeah.
It's perfect.
A lot of body.
Yeah.
The Bible says that even the smallest
Nia points
sparrow
out
does
that
not
they're from
fall
an actual,
without
like what he
God's-
names as an actual monastery.
Not then of all these other races on distant worlds, in hopes of better understanding the one who is behind them.
So we had a couple theories here the first time around.
I was going to say, theologically, I would highly disagree with what he's saying here, but historically, I'm all for it. Like,
Right? Yeah, we thought that ultimately there would be an ongoing storyline for this of them trying to learn the names of God and what was behind it, and what was going to be behind it were the Vorlon. So like this would just prove beyond to a like they'd have scientific or forensic evidence that like, oh yeah, it was all the Vorlon all along.
Which we were right.
We think. I mean, yes.
No, like we know the end of the story. We were right. It was the Vorlon. That's part of what they did.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Everybody saw the same God, same whatever, just they have their own name for it.
Right. It's all a different thing. And we talked quite a bit about the names of God. And one thing that I brought up in the first listen that I like bringing up anytime I can, but there's a book written by a Methodist minister in like the mid-70s. It's called The Bible and Flying Saucers. And it's essentially an essay that posits that everything we have in the Bible are from missionaries from another planet. And so like the dogma behind everything, it's still God. Jesus was still the Son of God. All the stuff, is still dogmatically the same, but like the stories of the chariot and what the ark was and where manna came from, and a lot of these things I explain through the lens of alien missionaries. Worth a read. It's not very long, couple, I don't know, like 150 some odd pages.
Well, that's fine, but
Should put my affiliate link somewhere if I had one.
To visit all the other worlds would
Be in the show notes.
Right, yeah.
Brother Theo, I understand the idea, but
Jeff, I got to tell you, this is entirely personal right now.
Okay.
Okay, as we record this, I am in the midst of directing a play with some really, really talented folks. But there is still a lot of I have to get out of them what we're needing to get out of them. I don't know much about this actor, but I find it very, very interesting the choices he's making about where he's putting emphasis on words, how he's saying words, where he's pausing and taking breaths, to even his choices for lack of movement in certain places. It's like I almost feel like I'm watching like some sort of a masterclass happen with this guy right now.
Wow.
Like it's incredible. Like it's a lot of what I'm talking to my actors about right now with very like as we're trying to tease these out and dig things out. And I just anyway, entirely personal.
we really don't want the aliens to come.
We can pay for modest rooms. We're not used to
It's interesting the pushback Ivanov is giving here. I feel like people are moving to Babylon 5 all the time.
prepared to earn our keep by providing services to others.
Marishi, come here.
There he is.
Well, I will say it now. I'm sure I said it back then. I find no conflicts between
Pattern of the debris, I'd say
religion
this
and
is the center point
science.
for blast.
Right.
Well, I don't want to say I don't find no conflicts. I don't see why you can't. They're coexist.
Yeah, perfectly
They
compatible.
can coexist. They really do.
Bomb.
Because my vacation.
Aw.
1 week off in 2 years. I was behind this.
Dude, he was in this
Caught me off
great episode of Stargate called Emancipation.
Yeah, I don't
You should
remember
see it
that
sometime.
one. I don't.
Yeah, you should see it sometime.
So I want to do a little exercise with Marishi here.
Okay.
I'm going to ask this question. We'll answer it at the end if we remember that I asked the question.
Okay.
Is he the greatest security officer on Babylon 5 that we see? The show Babylon 5?
Okay.
And if he is he the greatest security officer in science fiction? Because most security officers are terrible.
Oh, I can think of two off the top of my head that are awful.
Yeah.
And one of them was in two different shows.
Okay, listen up. I
Oh, I got to go back. I totally cut off the great line.
Oh, there you go.
Stand by. We'll be right back. Are you ready to take your Babylon 5 for the first time experience to the next level? With our exclusive Patreon, you'll get access to all kinds of cool stuff that you can only find there. Our recording notes, unedited reaction videos, an exclusive Discord community. And you can even be listed as a producer of the show. Plus, we even offer exclusive meet and greets and hangouts. You won't find this kind of experience anywhere else. Get all these amazing benefits, plus the opportunity to interact with other fans from around the world. It's being part of a huge community where everyone shares the same appreciation for Babylon 5. Subscribe at patreon.com/Babylon5First. That's the number 5 and the word first to get access to these incredible benefits. That's patreon.com/Babylon5First. We can't wait to see you there.
Bomb?
Bomb.
Because my vacation. 1 week off in 2 years. Whoever's behind this really honked me off now.
Okay, listen up. I want this whole area sealed off.
You change that vid channel one more time, and I'm out of here. You got it?
Oh, it's this guy.
Yep.
Well, she did, I did, and here I am. But
Who
it's
is
great.
this guy?
I get to meet all kinds of
It's
people.
John Flynn.
I mean, look,
He's the chief
me sitting next to
cinematographer.
You, I'm in Bari.
Okay.
Us in that war and all.
I am almost positive, Jeff,
But I don't hold a...
from Claudia Christensen's biography, this is the guy she was having the affair with.
Oh, you're right.
On the show.
I think it is.
To which I just want to say, high five.
Good on both of you.
No, sir.
Right?
You know, I say...
That was for
live and
Claudia,
let live. You know, look, I got hair. You got a bone.
I have been diagnosed with Netter's syndrome. Since I have only 7 days to live.
Douglas Netter, who we see at the end of each episode.
So JMS says,
oh,
Doug's reaction to Netter's syndrome was amused, chagrined, and carried the promise of swift and terrible revenge. I need the other half of this story. I want to know what he did.
Yeah.
I need... If somebody goes to a con or something and you get a chance to ask JMS a question, this is the question. In the Lurker's Guide, you said that Doug Netter promised swift revenge. Did he ever get it? And if so, what did he do?
Does that look like Veer laying his head on his shoulder?
It
like
looks like him, but it's not.
It's not, but it's...
Yeah, I'm really this like Lady Gaga looking chick right over Linnear's shoulder.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
To put my affairs in order before the end. I will do.
Even he's like
later.
Mm-hmm.
How was your journey?
Very productive.
Code 3. Dropping pressure door.
Sorry to interrupt the intensity of the moment. There was a lot of questions as to whether that shot was done using computer animation, CGI.
Oh, okay.
And he went into great detail as to how that particular shot was done. They built a miniature hallway. Actually, miniature is not the right word. It was something like 30 feet long. And they painted it so that it looked exactly like the regular B5 hallways. On film, you absolutely can't tell the difference. Then they mounted the hallway vertically alongside the outside of the building where they were.
Okay.
The big hot tub factory thing, right? They set a camera at the top pointing down into the hall. They built a firebomb and set it at the far end or the bottom of the hallway. And then they set off the firebomb with all the proper authorities present, just so everybody knows that. And they shot up the length of the vertical hall. They overcranked the camera so that it would start in slow motion, and then they pulled the plug so that the camera slowed down to normal speed, giving the sense of the fire swelling and then suddenly rushing forward with a huge fireball. So when it looks like it's the hallway on fire, it is, in fact, real fire.
Wow.
Not CGI. The next shot, Londo, or Peter, was against a blue screen, reacting to this and then diving out of the way to his left. And then they comped the blue screen into the hallway. And then they did use CGI to build the transport tube door. right? And closed it just as the fire reached it. It was an utterly immense amount of work for basically a 5-second shot, but it looks way cool.
I'm just like, how do you come up with that? Right? Like in the script, it says, you know, hey, explosion in the hallway.
Yeah.
But like somebody's like, oh, let's do all this. That's incredible.
Well, here's what I want to know is there is a bean counter that sits there and goes, okay, here's how much that's going to cost for the VFX group to do. Here's how much it's going to cost to do it this other way. And this other way is actually cheaper. Do it that way.
Right. Yeah.
Or the VFX just can't do it. It's not that good yet. So that could have been the other issue. But like, you know, they had to submit a budget and a proposal for this to actually happen.
Totally. Yeah. So creative, though.
It really is. Dude, creative people are awesome.
The bombings are targeting people, plain and simple.
Our tests indicate that the bomb contained a highly explosive form of deuterium nitrate.
People are scared out of their wits.
If he's targeting people with his bombs, that's
How do you get on
pretty
with your
light
life, not
casualty
knowing when or where
list.
the next blast is going to
Right?
Which fits in with what I told Garibaldi earlier.
Until this is over, I want halls cleared of groups larger than 10. There's no point in providing easy targets. I want them found and found fast.
I wonder if this is like standard protocol. Like I would imagine they have, you know, some protocols for this, and Sheridan's just kind of running down the order of events.
I want to know how many people are like, you can't tell me that I can't assemble and that's a Sutton Amendment right, that I get the right to assemble. I'm going to do whatever I, you know, like.
Right. Yeah.
How much pushback did he get from this from other people?
Franklin.
Ivanova here. Is Delenn there?
Right
is this
here.
the episode where he's a dummy? Or like a mannequin?
It would have to be, right?
Saying it doesn't make it so. You don't have any evidence.
The explosion that almost killed your captain was caused by a Centauri.
That was an isolated incident, and
There was one explosion, one time.
With this.
Oh, no, of course not. They will sacrifice their own people to get to us. Don't you see?
What's incredible about this scene is how you can have a preconceived notion and how everything that was factually happening, like, you just put into place to justify it. We see this all the time, right? And it comes back to the whole, the causality and whatever things aligning, like that doesn't necessarily mean it's true, but there's nothing. You could show Jakar a video of dude with glasses planting the bomb, and he's going to have an answer that he got that bomb from a Centauri and he's got ducats in his bank account. I bet if you look, he got paid. And I just am that just hits me with how often we experience that today.
Sure. I call it my guyism.
Ooh, yeah.
If it's your guy, they can do no wrong. Right? If it's not your guy, they do all the wrong.
Yeah.
You excuse your guy no matter what. You know, and you'll also still say, I can criticize him.
Right?
I'm the first one to call him out. No, you're really not. Because you're going to make excuses for them every single time.
I mean, I have a friend that's not my guy, so like it's okay, right?
It is perfectly obvious to anyone that
He gave me permission to say the word "my guy."
Right.
There have been similar incidents of terror back on their homeworld.
There's nothing political about the truth, Captain.
Really?
As you
Really?
discover soon enough.
I would challenge that statement.
Yeah.
I'm afraid that if I try to go back and figure it out, I will start bleeding from my ears.
Knowing that that's a fake dummy, watching him do that is hilarious.
I heard a joke today.
Here, this is probably it.
Not repeat it, but how many Centauri does it take to screw in a light bulb? Just one. But in the great old days of the Republic, hundreds of servants would change 1,000 light bulbs at our slightest whim.
It's hilarious.
I guess you.
Why did he put that in as a bad joke? It's not that funny.
I would just start talking again.
Paul talking about how good Momi was doing, right? Like how we all thought that, man, he's doing such a great job. Didn't Andreas Katsoulis like call him and is like, bro, that was incredible.
Yeah, like he's just off camera watching the scene. Yeah.
But here we get a glimpse, right? Into...
Again, another great shot.
Yeah, coming
just
into
the slow pull out of that.
Yeah, keeping him kind of just right there in that window.
Yeah. Sorry, what were you saying?
Another little glimpse into like there's still old Londo.
Not much. It looked pretty primitive, so I don't think we're dealing with a pro. May I be the first to say that this is the nuttiest idea you've ever had?
Thank you.
Shh. Mm-hmm. Is it though?
I don't know that whole
Lumati
consummation thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was pretty nutty.
It's bound to happen. They have so many intense scenes around an elevator, even before they truly hate each other.
I'll wait for the next one.
To the left, I think this is the scene you were talking about, Brent.
Oh yeah. Okay, could have been this one. Sure.
Either way, impressive.
Yeah. The other one was a hallway with fireball and Londo diving out of the way. So, right. Sure.
I can remember on the first time, like really waiting for the big reveal on the bomber.
Right. Get down there.
Knowing where it ends up, I'm just like,
3 transport tubes are down.
Get to the other stuff.
Unknown.
2 standard hours.
I love how Jakar's just literally accepted everything right here.
Mm-hmm. You have done nothing? You want to live as much as I, hmm?
Oh, yes, but I would much rather see you dead.
Well, here I am. Come on, kill me. Come on, kill me.
It's interesting because he does ultimately die to kill him.
Killing of any Centauri by any Nar.
I love the fact that Jakar is sitting and while Londo is standing. Like, Londo is still in a position of power.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
I was looking at it more in terms of, like, Londo's taking action, freaking out, like, has anxiety. Jakar's accepted it all and is just being comfortable.
Like, but... okay, this may be for a conversation later, but I'll say it now. There's a neat visual going on there, though.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Londo... in a position of power. Jakar, not. Londo's people, position of power. Jakar, not. They are holding them down. However, it is Londo who is in this position of power, who is freaking out, who doesn't know what's going on, who is scared, who is whatever. Meanwhile, Jakar is laughing and having a good time.
Yeah.
And being somewhat free, you know, but he has to stay in this position down here because he's now in the presence of a great Centauri. Like, it's a very interesting picture there.
You know, a couple years ago, I went down and visited you and your family. It was a great time. And
it goes wild to me. I'm sorry. Is that we can say a couple of years ago.
I know. Isn't that nuts?
That's wild. Okay, keep going. Why now?
But you and your lovely partner abandoned me and you guys went on a cruise and I was stuck with like a couple days on my own. And there's a plantation down there that's been really well taken care of and preserved. And I went and visited it. And a lot of great programming there to really bring home what it was. One, it's an interesting story between a thing I didn't know existed, the English approach to slavery and the Spanish approach to slavery, and how very different they are, and how Florida was really captured into both of those at different points. This plantation went through both times, but the real intent was to show you what it was like to be a slave living on this plantation. And what I was really struck with was how much of their area was dedicated to good times, community, dances, songs, telling stories, like the cultural things. Like they found a way in some of the most unthinkable situation ever to still find connection and to still find like enjoyment in everything.
You know what I think that says, though? That's a lesson for life.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff, that's a lesson for a lot of things. You can have the affluence,
right?
You can have the big house, you can have all that, But if it's empty and it's without people, what do you got?
It means nothing.
You can be in the most dire of circumstances, right? But and frankly, Jeff, this is why we do what we do. Like, you can be in the most dire of circumstances, but you can find a way to maintain hope, to maintain life, to still live. Yeah, I may not have my freedom, but we can still figure out a way here to sing and dance and tell stories and share our culture. And it may be under the thumb of this Yahoo over here, but we can still live. We can still thrive. I think that gives all of us hope.
Yeah.
Whatever we're going through, whatever struggle. Now, it's most likely people listening to this. I'm not going to say it's ubiquitous all, because maybe there is somebody out there we don't know about. And if it's you, please try to get help. But for most of us, we're not as dire as literal slaves.
Yeah.
Right. But we can learn from that. The hope, the entertainment, the music, these things can help keep you going while this is still happening.
Yeah. And I see that here with G'Kar and Londo, the Narn and the Centauri. The Narn are the people, right? And they are oppressed and they're being murdered and it's horrible. Yet they find those ways to keep living life. That's what G'Kar's doing, right? He's there. I'm good. I'm here. Londo, the person in power, the Centauri, the slave owner, whomever the oppressor is, they're freaked out. How do I hold on to this power? How do I not lose this thing that I have? They're not living life. They're not enjoying things. And I mean, the idea that money can't buy you love or happiness, like we could examine the heck out of that. But the reality is it's not about money, right? It's about greed, the pursuit of power and those things, and how it just kills life.
Right.
And I think to what your point is, we see that, and Londo up here freaking out, and G'Kar's being like, "Hey man, there's one thing I've wanted, and I'm probably going to get it today."
No boom. But if it stops,
I understand.
Boom tomorrow.
What do you want?
I want you to get me out of here, Sheridan.
Will you do that, and you're going to die along with the rest of us.
You arrest me.
Also, with that thing in between his cheeks, that's going to be way more muffled than what we just heard there. There's logistics there, man.
Garibaldi here. Marishi?
Standing by. Security is not going to open fire if I am a hostage, so why bring other people into it? Why not?
All right, John Malkovich.
I suffered.
This dude, he has to be channeling John Malkovich.
I think so.
These are chaotic times, Captain. I'm simply an instrument of my time. When I was fired, when they took away my apartment, they all said, it's nothing personal. It's just the times.
First time we watched this. Seriously? He got evicted and dumped, and that's what this is about? Come on, blah, blah, blah. Well, Brent, it's about the times. And we're in different times right now than we were when we watched this the first time. I could see this happening in the times we're in today. Divorce rates are up. People are getting laid off. There's a housing crisis, right? Rent's out of control.
Cats and dogs sleeping together.
It'll be anarchy.
I said sit down!
Uh-oh.
I'd never hit a man with
Glasses off.
glasses, but now that you're not wearing them.
What the hell was that?
Right.
Damn, we lost him.
That poor maintenance bot has no idea what's about to happen.
That's so jarring between what's happening here and then that cartoon and then this.
It
See you in
is.
hell, Captain. It's not fair.
It's not fair.
Fair.
It's a good thing he took his glasses off. Nia made a point earlier that now you've got Londo and G'Kar on the same level. But again, you'll notice you've got G'Kar just singing a song, having a good time, and Londo's still freaking out.
We got two more! Ah!
There, you see? I'm going to live.
So it would seem. Well, it is an imperfect universe.
I'll be the ambassador to Babylon 5, they say. it would be an easy assignment. I hate my life.
Another cool shot.
You're right. Yeah. Well, Brent, that's Convictions. We just got through the episode. What pops out for you? What blows up for you on this one?
The production.
For real.
I mean, I pointed it out 3-4 times throughout the thing. The way the camera work was done, honestly, the shot, whether it was the shot where Londo and Lanier pushes him out of the way and Lanier gets injured, or whether it's the other shot later and it's in the elevator shaft, I don't care which one it is. They're both super cool.
Yeah.
And I think they're really great. I loved the use of a lot of the sound. I think the guy that played the bomber was way overacting. He was Timu John Malkovich.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna have a bomber do that, why not get John Malkovich? And if you can't get John Malkovich,
get this guy.
He didn't do a bad impression, I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I did not, let's hear, what did JMS say? I did not feel like this particular episode was dark, scary, and gritty at all. There are parts of it that just felt cartoonish and felt, again, paint by numbers, sci-fi. And I'm speaking specifically of the bomber plot.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? The rest of the episode's fantastic. The production of the episode is fantastic. What I'm left with one question, though.
Okay.
Why?
Yeah, so
why?
I have two questions in this one, and let's do this. One was, what is the point of this episode?
Mm-hmm.
Outside of establishing, kind of continuing the establishment of this is a holy site. People saw, they're gods or angels, or so we did that. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
We reminded everybody that Londo and Jakar hate each other, and there was a bomb thing that happened.
Mm-hmm.
So is this episode, as you called it, a one-off that didn't really mean anything?
But see, here's the thing, though, Jeff. And this is where I'm going to push back on you and I both.
Okay.
All right. One of the things we often decry in the modern streaming era, where an entire season is 6, 8, maybe 10 episodes at most, you lose these 22 episode seasons where you can have these sort of one-off episodes. But what happens in these one-off episodes, Jeff, that don't necessarily tie to the bigger story of what's going on?
You get to know the people, the characters.
You have these character things. And what growth of characters did we get in this episode? We got a lot of certainly Londo and Jakar with where they're going. There was some extra Lanier stuff going on in here. Honestly, I really even loved the Sheridan and Garibaldi and the way they're digging stuff out. We introduced Brother Theo. Franklin I thought he shined.
Yeah. He shined.
Shunned. He shoned.
He shunt.
He shoot. Yeah, there it is. He shoot. I thought he shined in this episode.
Yeah.
You know? There are things that you would not have gotten outside of this episode. The bomber plot, I almost feel, is just wrapping. That's the part that you can throw away because we got to keep all the other stuff. Is that right? That like, why put it to a bomber plot? Is it just because you wanted to? Like, what was that particular part? Because again, I'm going to go back to you and I quoted this a lot during our first watch. Every season is its own novel or is its own act, 22 episode chapters, and not one of them is indispensable. Like you need them all, right?
Yeah.
And a part of the reason why you need them all is to develop these characters and get some pieces in there. And if that's the purpose for this episode, I would say mission accomplished.
I agree. I think even just the development in Lanier makes this episode worth it, right? I think if we forget the last chunk of Lanier's story, this is a really important development point for him, in terms of his sacrifice, his wisdom, right? This developing wisdom. And, did I sacrifice the future for the present? Things like that.
Yeah.
But there is so much more that was great also.
And Nia points out that the bomber plot was the engine that fed the Londo stuff and gave us a way to introduce Theo. I don't know if the bomber gave us a way to introduce Theo. We met him
We got the value of Theo and the monks because they had to watch the video.
Right. But here's the thing: that it's kind of like, oh, I'm going to step in it, Jeff.
Here we go.
Oh, you ready? We're going to get all these emails. Send all your emails to Brent at thebadnerds@gmail.com.
Or whatever it is.
You ready?
Right.
It's the same thing where people say that Die Hard's a Christmas movie.
Okay.
Die Hard's not a Christmas movie.
No.
Die Hard is a Christmas adjacent movie. Die Hard is a really cool action flick that you need no excuse whatsoever to watch it at any given time of year because you can just watch it. It's that good of a film. But it happens at Christmas. It does not make it a Christmas film. Right? Okay. Take it out of Christmas, drop it in any other, give the party any other reason for existing. End of the fiscal year party.
Yeah.
End of a season party. End of a cycle party. Boss's birthday party. Whatever it is, the exact same thing can happen. And it changes nothing about the film.
Okay.
It's Christmas adjacent. It actually has nothing to do with Christmas.
Okay.
That's why Die Hard's not a Christmas movie. Nia makes a good point. The bomber plot is what allowed these other things to happen. Fine. It's bomber plot adjacent. You could have had any other plot also feed those same things. We didn't need the bomber.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm going to go back to our original question. So why a bomber? Just because? Because clearly this part never comes back. We just move on.
Honestly, this is my thought. Because it is paint by numbers. Because it's simple. Because like here's a structure that exists that we can just do, and then we can do our cool characters. I can, as a writer, I can dedicate my time and energy to like, how do I develop these characters? I don't have to worry about the plot. Literally, I just copy, paste, go from there.
Because now I can do all the character moments.
Yeah.
Which is fine. And hey, again, if that's the goal and that's what you wanted out of this, mission accomplished. Well done.
Totally. Question number 2, Brent.
Yeah.
Is Marishi the greatest security officer on Babylon 5?
Yes.
Agreed. Bar none.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love Zach. Marishi is better at his job than Zach. I love Garibaldi. Garibaldi, we have documented time and time again, not great at his job.
We thought he was. He has moments, right? And
has moments. But he's also ultimately, he's better than Worf. He's better than Tasha Yar.
Yeah.
Is he a better security officer than Tuvok? Tuvok was actually a really good security officer.
He's pretty competent, yeah.
He really was. Although, given I don't know. You had something happen. Something's going down. Who do you trust more, Marishi or Tuvok?
Marishi. That
Tuvok
guy
tracks some stuff down, man.
He does. But like Marishi, there's no drama. Hey, go do this thing. Okay. I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do it amazingly.
Right.
Every time. I'm going to complain. He complains.
Mm-hmm.
He gets pissed off. He's like,
right.
There goes my vacation. 1 week in 3 years. And it's just that. That's it. Because he's cool.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think of who else was security officers. Yeah, I think so far he's better than Lou. All due respect to Lou.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. Talon. Talon became the new security officer on Babylon 5 at the end, right?
He becomes the ambassador for Narn. But he kind of helps with security because the Narn augment station, right? Yeah.
You know. I think there's a strong argument to be made that Marishi is the best security officer in the entirety of sci-fi.
He's among the best. Top 3.
Again, there's an argument to be made that he is the.
Yeah, he could be top.
Yeah,
but maybe. From a messages standpoint, Brent, we encapsulated the messages for this one. When we watched it the first time, we were still doing deltas at this point for the message. 5. We said this was a strong 5 delta episode.
Sure.
And we summarized it in 3 words.
Okay.
Be a linear.
Yes. That's a t-shirt.
Yep.
We need it. I'm pretty sure we said that. That needs to be a t-shirt. In a world full of Londos, be a linear.
Exactly. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
You made a great assessment of the time in the elevator. And this is a thing we brought up before, or we bring up quite a bit afterwards. But bitterness is swallowing poison and hoping the other person dies.
Yeah.
Which is kind of where Jakar's at.
Yeah. And that's what we see happen here, right?
Was there anything else you picked up, like messages-wise, on this one?
Well, I mean, I love Linear's line right at the very end.
Yeah.
All life is sacred, but when the object of your, whatever he said, doesn't share your beliefs or doesn't share your values, you have to wonder, did you just sacrifice the future for this thing.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to wonder. And you know what it makes me think of is the Marvel question, right? In Civil War, Captain America Civil War, the spoiler alert for the film. If you don't want to hear it, move forward, okay? 3, 2, 1. All right, here we go. At the beginning of the film, the team is chasing dude down, and we wind up blowing up a side of a building, and people get hurt and all sorts of stuff, right? It's not the team that gets it blown up. It's the bad guy who blows it up. And the bad guy is the one who did blow it up. The bad guy is responsible for doing it. But it lands back on the shoulders of the team, of the superhero team, right? And then we go into this whole thing about whether or not you should have oversight and whether or not, and the team splits because of it, because of how they want to treat it from there, and blah, 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 blah. Here's the thing. The team was not responsible for that building blowing up. The team did not blow up the thing. Now, this is probably where Brent's going to lean back on his Star Trek stuff here, Jeff.
Okay.
All right. Just because you choose to do something bad and I save your life, that does not mean I am responsible for your actions. I am only responsible for my actions. And when I value life, that means I also value your life. You make your choices. I make my choices. I am going to value. Now, I don't want you to hurt somebody else. Right?
Yeah.
But just because I save your life does not mean that I am now responsible for all the bad stuff that you do throughout the rest of your life. It just doesn't mean it. So
yeah.
But you have to answer the question from Lanier. Did you just sacrifice the future by letting this person go? Okay, go all the way back. Let's say you're out hiking one day, you come across somebody who is down in a ravine, they can't get out, and they're going to die unless you welcome them. And that little person there is a young Adolf Hitler.
Yeah, right.
Do you rescue him or not? Yeah. Now, that's the most extreme example you could ever think of, right? But, like, you just let him go.
Right? It's like, yeah. And it's hard, too, because I think because of, specifically the way, like, time works and stuff, you can't answer that question. You don't know.
Right.
You can never know.
Right. Also, given the time, you don't know who that guy is. So
he's just some dude.
Your choice. Yeah, make your choice. So that I think is the bigger thing. Everything else we really talked about during the middle of the episode, and I don't necessarily care to rehash it here.
Yeah, I agree.
How about you? Did you give anything else?
Nothing more. I think just the same thing that you got. It's all in Lanier in this one. Well, Brent, with that, big question for you on this one. I hope your shoulders are feeling strong because you're going to have to shoulder this question all on your own, my friend. We are creating, once again, the objectively correct ranking of all of the episodes of the 3rd season of Babylon 5. Currently, Matters of Honor is in the top and only spot. We're adding a second one this week. Brent, where does Convictions go?
It goes number 2.
Are you sure about that?
It does. It goes number 2. Yeah. It goes number 2. Listen, mission accomplished or not, the production stuff, the values, the cool camera shots that frankly I did not notice the first time around and all that. I have all the respect in the world for what they're doing. I think JMS was right. If this is the worst episode of season 3, it is head and shoulders above better than the worst episodes of season 1.
Yeah.
Right? I didn't hate this episode. I'm not turning off this. On the laundry list, I'm still doing laundry while this episode is playing. I'm not turning it off, but it's not one I'm going to pay a ton of attention to time and time again. Right. Until it's Londo and Jakar on the screen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, overall, litmus test. Which one would I rather watch first? I'm going to watch Matters of Honor first before I watch this one again. So this one goes into number 2.
That makes sense. Last week we asked about the first time ranking, and so to cover that, Matters of Honor ended in the 13th, number 13.
Okay.
For the
strong season. I'm surprised it's not lower.
Very strong season. Convictions landed at number 17.
Also surprised it's not lower. What was 5 episodes worse than this one? Okay, fine. Fair enough. I know what the last one was, but
Yes, you do. All right, well, Brent, that's going to do it for Convictions. Next week, we're going to move on to the 3rd episode, which is A Day in the Strife. Do you remember what you predicted for A Day in the Strife?
I do. I said this was going to be about Marcus. We're going to get Marcus, and he's going to be doing ranger stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's just picture of a day in the life of Marcus, the ranger, and he's just out rangering. That's it. I was like, this is not Kefir 2.0.
Oh, like he's going to be legit. Like,
Yeah. It turns out I was right.
A little bit. Yeah. Kind of nailed it.
I was right about him not being Kefir 2.0. I was completely wrong about what the episode was about. But how about you? What'd you predict?
Oh, I was also pretty wrong. I thought this was going to be Jakar getting closer to rock bottom, like standing up, getting the resistance going, but just no one taking him seriously whatsoever. And next week, we're going to see just how far. We already know how far off we were kind of close and for everything, but we're going to watch that one next week right here. You don't want to miss that. So make sure that wherever you're at, you are subscribed so you know when that comes out. It hits. You can be one of the first to see it, one of the first to comment on it, all that cool stuff. If you haven't already, please leave us a rating, leave us a review. That would be awesome. We've been referencing them throughout the episode, but our council chambers, there's a subscriber tier on our Patreon. They get to join us for our recording. So you should check out our Patreon, patreon.com/badnerds. If you want to be a part of that or have access to, just mountains of other content that we have created and are creating. If you want to support the show in a way that doesn't impact your pocketbook, which I completely understand, and you want to make a difference for us, share the show. That's the one thing you can truly do that makes the biggest difference in the world for us. We appreciate it so very much, is just share this show with someone else who could enjoy listening to it. So with that, we're going to get out of here. And
hey,
next
Jeff.
week, Brent, what's up?
Hey, listen, I hope tonight's recording went so well. I just haven't been feeling well lately.
Are you sick?
Well, I kind of I had to go to the doctor earlier this week. They said it's this thing called egg syndrome, and unfortunately, it basically takes a miracle to be able to get the medicine for it. And I don't know if there's any truth to it, but to me, it just sort of seems all very political.
You know that there's no connection between the truth and politics.
Maybe, but I got to tell you, whoever's behind this has really honked me off.
I mean, we're not some deep space franchise. This station is about something.